Hey guys, this is Paul with Stellar Effects Modeling Solutions, and I'm very happy to be here with you today to have a look at one of our new effects kits from our Star Trek line. This is the Stellar Effects TOS Micro Series kit, and this particular version is the one for the 1/350 scale TOS Enterprise model from Polar Lights. We will also be making one for the 1/650 and 1/600 medium size model kits from AMT and Revell, respectively. But for now, we're just going to have a look at the 1/350 version. Still developing the bussard boards for the smaller scales. Those should be out very soon. But for this particular demo, we're going to look at the 1/350. Now, the kit will include the bussard boards. We've already detailed these in another video, so by all means, please have a look at that on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. But I'm not going to go over all the features again, but it's the same ones that are detailed in the other video. They work independently of the control board. This is only providing the power for them. They have their own separate switch which controls the mode on them, so I'm not going to go into detail on those any more than that. But this board, what it will do is control the navigation lights that are on the saucer, of course, and these are timed to the original series navigation lights. And then you've got the aft strobe lights that are on either side of the shuttle bay at the fan tail of the engineering section. It's going to have an impulse engine effect, and it's going to have an integrated warp engine effect, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. And you'll also have phasers and photon torpedoes. Okay, the size of the board is very small. It only runs about 1 inch by 1 1/4 inches, so it will easily fit with plenty of room to spare inside the 1/350 scale, and it'll also very easily fit in the medium scale 1/600, 1/650 scales. Okay, so without further ado, let's fire up the board, and the first thing you'll see is, of course, the bussard lights will come on, the navigation and formation strobes will come on, and then the impulse engine will also come on. So there you go. So when you first turn it on, you've got a full display. Of course, you can run these bussard boards with motors off of this particular kit as well if you choose to use motors. And of course, they have the LED only effect. Again, I'm not going to go into great detail, but if you want to turn on just the LED spinners, just hold the button down for 3 seconds and then those come on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn those off. Okay, so again, one of the first things that you see is the impulse engines come on, and they've got that nice fiery flickering effect, so it looks like they're animated and active. And of course, you've got your saucer navigation lights timed to the original series model, and the aft formation strobes. Now, when you enter the warp mode, just like on the refit micro series, which is very similar in design, you will see the impulse engines ramp down, and then the warp engines ramp up and give you a nice warp flash. So let's go ahead and engage the warp engines. And there go the impulse engines, and now the warp engine is ramping up. And it will get brighter and brighter and brighter here for you. And then you'll see a nice little flash when it completes the cycle. There's your warp flash. There you go. And then it kind of settles into a warp cruise mode. All right. So just like on the Enterprise refit model, it stays in warp mode until you disengage it. So when we disengage it, you'll see the warp engines fade out, and then the impulse engines fade back up. All right, and then re-engage in their nice animated look. Okay, this board also has phasers and photon torpedoes, so those are on the same switch. So we're gonna engage the phasers here. So for the phasers, you just do a quick press on the switch, and then you see the phasers fire. And the frame rate on this camera, 60 frames per second, doesn't quite capture the effect, but you can kind of see that it's got that nice quick flashing fire. It's a lot smoother in person than what you're seeing on the camera. I apologize for my camera work, but on that same switch, if we hold it down for 1 second or longer, it will fire the photon torpedoes. So this board has pretty much every effect for the TOS Enterprise that you could possibly want. It does not include sound on the base version, but we are considering developing a sound effects and maybe even a remote control board for this, so that it can do those things as well. That would be an add-on board that you add in addition to this particular board. But at this point, we do have this nice control board, and it is available. I will have it up on the website probably by the time this video is put online. But there you can see the board itself. Again, it's very small. And hope you've enjoyed checking this out. Check us out at www.sfxmodeling.com and pick one up today. And we'll see you next time. Happy modeling, guys.